My name is John Hartman from Durango Silver Company, and I'm going to give you a short rundown of how to cut turquoise, the machines you use, just the all in all how to do it, and kind of going to make this short and sweet. And then if you follow the link to our website, we're going to make a landing page on it, and I'll tell you what to get and where to get it and the whole 9 yards, so you'll be ready to cut stones, including the machines, where to get the machines. Okay, first of all, this is my biggest saw that I use for turquoise. It's a 6-inch, and I have it set up with a fence on here, so when I cut my stone, I get slabs all the same size. This is 1/8 of an inch thick, and that's approximately what I use in general to cut turquoise. I cut it 1/8 inch thick, and then I back it, and then put it on a stick, and then cut it with the grinder. Okay, this is a 6-inch quick saw. This is called a trim saw, and this is made by I think it's Diamond Pacific. It's called a Wizard. It's cool because the blade goes around, and where you're cutting it, the blade is going down and you're cutting into the kerf of the saw. I get a lot less breakage there using that saw. The third saw is a 4-inch mini saw, and this is great for cutting turquoise size of a dime and down. Okay, now what I'm going to do here is I'm going to pick out a piece of turquoise here and cut it for you, and then we're going to go through the process. Okay, so I have my water from the faucet here, or water source, and I turn it on, and I have water on all my machines. Okay, I like to use a lot of water, and I have a light here. Okay, I just cut this slab here off this stone. It's about 1/8 of an inch thick, and now I'm going to go gather up a few more stones, and then we're going to show you how to back these stones and what to use. Okay, so now I've dried my stones, and I've got some other stones here too, so I don't waste any of this DevCon. So always have enough stones so you don't run out of DevCon, not stones, because this stuff's fairly expensive. Okay, the stones can have rough backs on them. It doesn't matter. I use these plates. I get this optics. It's a plastic glass. From Home Depot. It's like $10 for a sheet. It lasts kind of for a long time. So what you do is you put your DevCon plastic steel putty right here, and I'm just using popsicle sticks. And I'm just going to use a real small amount, okay, because I've got, this is just to show you guys. And you use 10% of this to this, okay, and you mix it up real good. I got it mixed now, and what I did, I used 1 part of this, or 10 parts of this to 1 part of this. This is the hardener, and when you order your DevCon, it'll come with both A and B. And then I mixed it up together real good, mix it real good. And if it's warm, it works a little bit better. This was cold, so it took me a little bit of time to mix it. Now, I recommend that you always wear gloves. This stuff's kind of nasty if you get it on your fingers. It's okay. So basically, here's one of the stones we sawed here, and I'm just putting a coat of this on the back of this stone here. And later on, and then I put it right on the plexiglass, and then just move it around just a little bit, okay, and then I'll do the rest of my stones. Now you have, with this stuff, you have plenty of working time, so you don't have to get in a hurry. I think you've got maybe 20 minutes to work to get this on the backs. So in a later video I'll show you how to do stuff by the masses. I have different techniques for doing a lot of stones, but I'll show you that at another time. And we'll do more stone cutting videos and videos about turquoise and so on and so forth. This year's going to be a lot more videos helping our customers. We've had a lot of requests by customers for help, and so we're going to try to help you guys as much as possible. Okay, so I'm going to put this on the rest of the stones, and then we'll be back in just a second. So I backed several stones here, and I put them on the plexiglass, and we'll wait about, I usually like to just wait overnight, just let it go overnight. And the reason why we back turquoise is with plastic steel or another hardener type of backing is because turquoise is a semi-soft stone. It ranges from about 4 to 6 in hardness, and by backing it you really make it very stable, easy to put on a stick, and it gives the stone a cushion. So when you put it in a ring, if somebody hits it up against a counter or something, it'll absorb a lot of shock. The stone won't crack so easy. So that's why we back. And if you're working with really hard turquoise, you don't have to back at all. Or if you're working with stabilized turquoise, you don't have to back that either. But if you're working with natural turquoise, I always back it. Okay, we'll be back with you in a second here. Well, actually, I'll be back with you in the morning. We're going to let this go overnight. I'm going to clean up my little mess here, and then we'll be back for another part of this procedure. Okay, so I waited overnight for these, and it's about 12 hours later or so. And again, we put DevCon plastic steel on the backs, and this is on a plastic tray that I have here. And look at now here. So what I do is I just bend this a little bit, and these stones just come right off. Like this, and I take these stones off, and now we're done with this, and it's reasonably clean. You'll find that these get old, you know, but you could do like 15, 20 times. You can back stones on this 15, 20 times. Sometimes for some odd reason, you know, maybe as it's getting old with crud on it, you'll be trying to get them off and it'll crack, and that's the time you know to get new ones. On the back of the stone, see, it leaves a beautiful, just a real flat surface. Okay, so it's very nice. The next thing I do is I clip these with just a pair of nippers. I just clip the excess DevCon or backing off the stone, like so. And I can clip off extra rock too with these. These are some other stones that needed to be backed. I just used all of my backing up. Okay, so from here I use Star Bond, and this is medium thickness. And there are two ways to put stones on sticks, in my opinion. And one is with the standard dopping wax and wooden dowels. Or the easy way for me is I just use 16 penny nails, and I took a 2x4 and I just drilled a whole bunch of holes in here. So I just put the nails in the holes like this. And in my case here, I can do about 40 stones at a time here on this board. Then I take, Starbond gives you these bottles here, and I take this bottle here, and I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 stones here. So I'm just going to put a drop of glue on each one of these nail heads. Again, medium consistency, and I'll have all that on the website that you go to. So again, we're going to have a link. You'll follow the link from this video to our landing page on durangosilver.com, and I'll give you all the information, the tools, the machines, where to get them, how much to pay, and so on and so forth. I'll try to give you all the information I can think of. And if I didn't give you some information, please email john@durangosilver.com and tell me what I'm missing, and I'll add it to the site, okay? So all we're doing here then is just placing these on top of the nails, okay? And in my case, I get these things going, and I just keep these I got bucket after bucket of stones that I backed, and I categorize them in the turquoise type or what have you, and I just go into that bucket and pick the one I want to cut today or tonight or whenever I want to cut. I just go to the bucket and pick it out. Okay, so here now we've got to the next step, and we've got the stones on the nails, the 16 penny nails, and my nails are cement coated. They seem to last longer, and let them dry. And so this is another 6 hours or 8 hours. If you want, you can get, if you're in a hurry, you can get one of these activators where you get from Starbond. Starbond sells an activator. You can spray on a little bit of the activator and speed up the drying process of the glue by, you can have these ready to start grinding within an hour, let's say, or less. Also, another thing that dries super glue up is water, okay? So we're going to let this set for a little while here, and then we're going to take it to the next step. Now, I've let these stones dry, the glue on these stones dry for about 6 hours. And I also put a little bit of the activator on. And I'm going to take 2 stones here so we can go quick and cut this, and you'll get the idea. But see the stick fit on there real nicely, and the nail. And with this head, it really kind of fits, really makes a nice fit here. So next we're going to grind these and sand them and polish them and finish them. And this is my lapidary machine that I use. It's called a Cab King, and it's nice because it has 6 wheels and 6 different grits of diamond. They're diamond wheels, and it's a 6-inch, and I have water tapped in here from my water supply, and I just turn my water on and off over there with the valve. So I'm going to turn the water on, and I have the electricity on. The water's running. Let me see here. Okay, I'll tell you more about this on the web page. So this 6-wheel setup is a 80 grit, a 220 grit, and these are diamond impregnated steel wheels. And then all the rest of the wheels are Nova wheels, and this is a 280, and this is a 280 grit diamond paper, and it's backed with foam rubber, so it's real soft. It gives a lot of it has a lot of give, so you don't get facets on your stone. And then you go from 280 to 600 to 1200 to 32,000, which is a polish, pre-polish. So on here, I'm going to hold the stone and the stick, and I'm always going to keep an angle, because when this stone gets finished, it should have an angle like this. So when you put it in a silver bezel, the bezel crimps against it and locks the stone into the piece of jewelry. So I just pretty much rough my stone out, get the edges, the rough edges off, and just kind of get it to a shape first. Remembering to keep an angle here. And this one's going to be a semi-teardrop shape here. And I can get a lot of leverage on the stone holding it with my fingers like this. Okay, so here I am. I've got a beginnings of the shape. Now I'm going to go, I got a little edge there. Now I'm going to go around the stone like this, making sure I have my angle on there. Okay, and so now I have the shape of the stone. Now I'm gonna go like this, rocking it back and forth, beveling the edges down. So I'm going from the center to the side, and I'm putting a dome on this stone. Now I'm see here, I brought this down from 1/8 of an inch down to about a 1/16 of an inch. Here's still 1/8 of an inch on this side. I'm going to go around, I'm going to bring it all down even to the same level there. All the way around, bevel the stone down. I always keep my hand in motion, always keep the stone in motion here. Always keep the stone in motion. And try to make this even all the way around, the same depth all the way around. Okay, so now I've got, this is starting to get a dome on it. Now I'm going to go to the 220 wheel. I'm going to go all the way around it again. Never miss a step on these wheels, never miss a step. If you go from here to here, you're going to wear this wheel down extra quick. Always take one step at a time. Okay, went around the edges. Now I'm going from the center to the side, and I'm going to 220 with the 220 wheel now, which is taking the scratches. The 80 grit wheel puts heavy scratches in here. The 220 wheel is taking the scratches out. Okay, going all the way around, watching my edges here. Okay, all the way around. Now I'm going to the 280 Nova wheel. Okay, this is a completely different type of sanding. You can actually hear the difference when I go to this wheel. This is a diamond sanding paper. It's more than paper. It lasts for a real long time over real high density foam. Okay, so we're starting to get, here it even looks like we have a shine. Okay, so we're going to go all the way down here. And this is nice. The Cab King has a nice light so you can see real well. So first I'm going around my edge, keeping my bevel. Notice my nail, how it's at an angle from the wheel. Okay. Now I'm going to go all the way around this, same procedure. Keep that stone moving, never stay in one place. Just always keep the stone moving, up, down. Just notice the wheel is going this way. Well, that's making my stone nice and round. But by moving like this, you're going to eliminate any faceting. And a facet is like a flat spot on the top of the stone. Okay, now, that was 600. Now I'm going to 1200. I'm going to go around here first. Okay, and now I'm going to do the same thing here. Okay, last on the 1200, I'm going to break this edge. I'm just going to round that outside edge a little bit. Okay, so now we're coming here. So now we're going to go on the pre-polish wheel, 30. And I'm just going to pre-polish this whole stone. Okay, here we go. Okay, so now I'm going to stop here, and we're going to polish this stone. So this is my polisher here, and this is an old Highland Park machine that lapidarists just love. It's got a 42-inch belt over here and an 8-inch lapping wheel, and this is covered in foam, and then leather, elk hide. If you can find white elk hide, it's the very best. I'm using sapphire powder here, and also tin oxide works good on turquoise, but the sapphire powder will make it just shine like you're looking through glass. Okay, now the Cab King comes with a 6-inch lapping polishing wheel that you can put your leather on. So when you buy that, if you bought that machine, that would work good. Logic here is when you're finishing these stones, 1, you don't want them to get hot, and 2, you want this to go fairly slow. That's running at 1850 RPMs. This I'd like to cut down to about 800 RPMs. And so you can make it go slower by using inside of the wheel. The farther out you get here, the hotter this stone's going to get. And if the stone gets too hot, it's going to get an orange peel effect. It'll take the shine, but it'll have an orange peel to it. In that case, you have to go back and sand from the 280 to finish. Okay. Okay, so I got a tray here. I got water, and dip it in water, and then putting this on here like this. See, it turns the whole wheel white. Don't want to get the wheel too wet, but you want to have enough on there water so it's keeping the stone cool. Going around the edges, and then I'll go like this here. Brace your stone when you're going in that direction, because you don't want to pop out of your fingers. You don't have to do it this way. The side of the stone is not that important to get super shiny because it's going to be in a bezel. Okay, now we're doing the top of the stone. I'm not pushing too hard, just about 2 pounds of pressure maybe. It's on here real soft, and what I like doing is I like going up and down, slow, fast, and I polish it. Try not to let your stone catch. Look at this. Can you see the shine on that stone? It's like glass. And what you'll find when you're polishing is it's not polishing, and then all of a sudden it takes a polish. So stay on it until you got the polish you want. And that's how you get a real high polish on turquoise cabs and other cabs as well. That is just like glass. It's just like glass. Okay? We couldn't do this. For years we couldn't do this because we were using carborundum sanding belts on the machines, and we could never get the stones sanded fine enough. Now with the Cab Kings or the Genie or the Titan, you can use 6 diamond wheels and you will come up with a hell of a polish. Okay? Now we're going to go over this one more time, and so you got it down real well. Okay? If I can tell you anything else, I will. So we got 1 stone down, 1 stone to go. All right, so this time I'm going to cut an oval, and so I pre-shaped this to a rectangle. So I'm going up here, and I'm going to kind of true it up a little bit and I see a turd right there, what I call a turd, a matrix that is just not good looking, okay? Always cut for quality and a perfect stone, as perfect as you can get it. Don't settle for less. A beautiful oval or square, just perfectly cut, even if it isn't the highest quality, the cut will sell the stone, or it'll make the piece of jewelry beautiful. So it's not always how great the turquoise is, it's the cut is very important too. So I'm just bringing that around in a quarter moon on both sides here. Going into the flat and not putting any pressure on the flat part of it down the middle of the side, but then putting more pressure on the ends. Okay, so I'm going to bring these two ends to a point. Okay, right centered in the stone, a point there, and a point there. Now if you want this to be a calibrated oval, you can use these plates here, and what you would do is you would draw this on the top of the stone with the Sharpie, the exact stone size that you want. Okay, but I'm doing a free-form sized oval, and I'm good at it, so I've done a lot of them. So okay, so now after I've got the 2 points, now I'm just going to go to the end and I'm just going to come around and round it. Okay, see, I rounded that side and I left that side pointed. I went 3 times. 1, 2, 3. Okay, and I'm just going to make both ends look alike. Okay, I've got my oval. Now I'm going to go around this stone and I'm going to do just what I said. First I'm going to bevel this side just a little this way and just a little that way. Both ends I'm going to bevel down, so I've got kind of a quarter moon going this way now. Now I'm going to go around the stone and I'm going to round it on down to 1/16 of an inch. All the way around. Get the ends the same. Okay, see that? Edge is the same all the way around, the same thickness. Now I'm going to go to the 220 grit wheel, and I'm not going to put much pressure. I'm just going around here taking the scratches out from the 80 grit or 100 grit, whatever it is. Okay, and we'll go over that later in the document, the exact grits to buy, exact wheels. Okay, now we're shaping up here. We're looking good. Okay, so now I see right here, there's a little turd on the end of this stone. I'm going to reshape this oval a little bit. I'm going to cut that turd out of there. See there? And I'm going to come around here and reshape this a little bit so it looks like the other side. Okay, so now I gotta go back here, grind this down, get it the right thickness again. Now I'm going to go around here and re-true this wheel up, this stone up. Okay, looking good. I got rid of that bad spot there. This side looks pretty darn good. Okay, so now going to the 280 wheel, to the Nova wheel. And again, I'm not using that much pressure. I'd say about 2 pounds of pressure. Okay? Keep your hands, keep the motion going here. Make sure you get the center of the stone and work to the sides. Get the center of the stone both directions. Just keep moving and you can't go wrong. Don't put too much pressure on it. Keep moving. You can't go wrong. Okay, we're looking pretty darn good here. Okay, so I'm going to just screw that up a little bit. Okay. Okay, we're looking good. Okay, now we're going to the 600 wheel. Go around your edge, keeping your angle. Notice my nail, how it's got a good angle on it. Now you know if you got an angle on the nail, you got an angle on the side of your stone, so it's going to stay in the bezel. Okay, going around and around, getting the top, going top to the edge. As you go down under the wheel, it is rounding, it's doming your stone. Okay, we're looking beautiful here. Okay, now we're going to the 1200, going around the outside of the stone, going over the top again, keeping your hands moving from the center of the stone, down, down, down. Keep going down, 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 doming your stone. Keep going around. Another thing, don't stay in the middle here. Work both sides so you get the most wear out of your wheel. They're about $85 a piece per 6-inch. About $130 for an 8-inch. I like a 6-inch machine for small stone cutting. Okay, so now last thing we're going to do here is we're going to break this edge right here. I'm only putting about a quarter of a pound on this right now, a very little bit. And I rounded the outside edge right here at the corner, right there. Now we're going on the 32,000 grit, 3,200 I mean, 3,200 not 1,000. Okay. Okay, and I'm pushing fairly hard, about 4 pounds on here, but the wheel's giving. The wheel is doming, is taking the dome of the stone. Now I'm only putting about 1 pound on around the edge. Now I'm coming down here, down the center again, about 4 pounds. 1 pound, half pound. Okay, it's ready to polish. Turn off my water, turn off my machine, to my polishing machine. Get my sapphire powder on my sponge. This is just a sponge that I got for tile. A tile sponge. Man, it lasts forever. That little thing's last me a year. Okay, going around the stone. Edge of the stone. This is all you got to do for the edge. You don't have to do it like this if you don't want to, but maybe you do. Okay, keep it moving again. Always moving, okay? Stone cutting, don't keep in one place. Keep your stone moving. Look at the polish on that sucker. Okay, let's even give it more. Up, down. Fast, slow, fast, slow, fast, slow. Up, down, fast, slow. Look at that thing. Looks like a doggone mirror. I can almost see I can see myself in it. That's it. All right. Okay, we're done with this. Now we're gonna come around here. Follow me to my bench. I'm going to wash these stones off here. Now, if you've got a stone here like Kingman Turquoise or this is stabilized Kingman Turquoise here, and it is fantastic. And I'll give you where to get this rock and information. It's fantastic to cut, and it is beautiful. Now, in this case, I can take this stone like this and just pop it right off, okay? Now, the other way to get it off is like this over here. Come on over here. Okay, I'm using oxygen and acetylene here. And you can use any kind of a torch. Just the cooler the torch is. If you're using a propane torch, you need to be heating down here, but the glue, when the glue heats up, it releases. So with this, I can do 100 stones in 10 minutes. But I'm just going like this, heating this up like that, and it just falls off the stick. Okay? So you can either break them off, and you might lose a couple breaking them off. If you got a big, long, thin stone and you just break it off like that, like I showed you, you have a chance at cracking the stone. But keep the stone under your finger like this, and the nail coming down here, and help the stone breaking the stone off. Okay, the last thing that we're going to do now is we got this little glue spot on the back of these, and we're going to go grind the glue spot off and make the back of the stone nice. Okay, last but not least, get the glue off the back of the stone. The back should be pretty for whoever's mounting it. Shouldn't feel a glob of glue on the back of the stone. And if you want to make it even nicer, you'll sand it all the way to there, and it looks beautiful on the back. Okay, sometimes on some stones you might choose to round that edge right there. You just hold the stone upside down and just slightly round, take that sharp edge off there. Okay, so here we go again. Just hold the stone. Don't be afraid of these wheels. They won't hurt you at all. They're not like a regular grinding wheel. That's real soft, real, you know, it's abrasive, but it doesn't hurt your skin. There we go. We just cut two beautiful turquoise stones. And truthfully, this has been in a matter of minutes. It's just things take a little time for the glue to dry or the backing to dry. So after you buff, or however you want to get your final, getting the, you know, the sapphire powder off here, maybe you might use a rouge cloth or buffing wheel, or you can use a felt pin of any sort, and it'll take the white sapphire powder out, and just finish it with a rouge cloth or even a t-shirt cloth, and then you're done. You've got two beautiful stones. So we're going to have John is going to make links for you to visit DurangoSilver.com, different pages on DurangoSilver.com, and we hope you'll patronize us. And we have stones for sale. We have rough for sale. We love new customers, and nobody will treat you better than DurangoSilver.com. Thanks a bunch.